What's up, music lovers? You know how everyone says a band can't survive without their lead singer?
Baby, I got what you want.
Well, these 13 R&B groups proved that theory completely wrong. Not only did they survive after replacing their vocalists, they actually got bigger.
We were made for...
We're talking about massive commercial success, chart-topping hits, and legacies that defined entire generations.
You are.
So buckle up, because we're counting down 13 R&B bands that replaced their singer and reached heights nobody thought possible. Let's get into it.
Each other.
Number 13, the Isley Brothers. Starting off our list at number 13, we have the Isley Brothers.
Don't hit me back, something is funny. So I called her mother's house.
Now this one's a bit different because the Isley Brothers were a family affair, but stick with me because the evolution of this group is absolutely wild.
To check my message. No one is called but my...
The original lineup in the late 1950s featured the three eldest brothers, O'Kelly, Rudolph, the voice of the group. And this is when things exploded.
Ways, all I hear.
Ronald, rebranding himself as Mr. Biggs, led the Isley Brothers to their biggest commercial success in the 1990s and 2000s.
Well, why didn't you just pick up the phone and call me?
Songs like Contagious in 2001 introduced the group to an entirely new generation.
Now she was so upset she asked me to stay with her.
The album Eternal went platinum, something the classic lineup never achieved at that level.
I was gonna do that, but it slipped my mind. I'm sorry, but I'm telling.
Ronald's smooth, sophisticated sound dominated R&B radio when many of their contemporaries had faded away.
Billy,
She got kids.
I think one or two.
She got kids.
The Isley Brothers proved that evolution and adaptation could keep a legacy alive for decades.
Pack your bags while you at it.
Before we get to the top 12, here's the thing. 99% of you watch and bounce. But the 1% who subscribe, they never miss a beat.
Yes, no.
That's one thing I gotta know. How the hell is she a...
We drop countdowns like this every week, classic R&B, soul, throwbacks you forgot about.
Call a cab. It's obvious.
If that's your vibe, smash that subscribe button right now. Join the 1%. Welcome to R&B Groove.
Please hear me out.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
I can explain.
Alright, back to the countdown. Number 12 is about to hit you right in the chest.
And say what's on your mind.
Me and some girl.
Number 12, Kool and the Gang.
So bring your good times and your laughter.
At number 12, we've got Kool and the Gang, and this transformation is absolutely legendary.
We gon' celebrate and have a good
Kool and the Gang started in 1964 as a funk and jazz instrumental group.
time. Everyone around the world.
They had moderate success in the early 70s with instrumental funk tracks like Jungle Boogie and Hollywood Swinging. But let's be real, they weren't household names yet. They were respected in the funk community, but hadn't broken through to mainstream superstardom. Everything changed in 1979 when they brought in James J.T. Taylor as their lead vocalist.
It's up to you. What's your
This decision literally transformed the entire trajectory of the band.
celebration?
JT's smooth, romantic vocal style moved them away from hard funk and into sophisticated R&B and pop territory.
A dedication to last throughout the years.
The results, absolutely explosive. Their first album with JT, Ladies' Night in 1979, was a massive hit.
Come on now.
Then came Celebrate in 1980, which became one of the biggest songs in music history.
We gon' celebrate and have a good
We're talking worldwide phenomenon status.
time. Celebrate good time.
Follow that up with Get Down on It, Joanna, Cherish, and Fresh, all massive hits throughout the 1980s.
Let's celebrate.
Before JT Taylor, Kool and the Gang had gold records.
Time. It's time to come to
multiple platinum albums, Grammy Awards, and permanent fixture status at every wedding and celebration for the next 4 decades. They went from funk band to pop culture icons. JT left in 1988, but the foundation he helped build made Kool and the Gang eternal. That's the power of the right voice at the right time. Number 11, The Whispers. Number 11 brings us to The Whispers, a group that shows how persistence and the right vocal combination can lead to breakthrough success. The Whispers formed in 1963 and went through several lineup changes in their early years. The classic lineup that would eventually break through included twin brothers Walter and Wallace, Scotty Scott, along with Gordy Harmon, Marcus Hudson, and Nicholas Caldwell. For years, the Whispers were successful on the R&B charts, but couldn't crack mainstream pop success. They had a loyal following, but remained somewhat under the radar compared to groups like The Temptations or the OJs. The breakthrough came in the late 1970s and early 1980s, when the group's lineup solidified and they found their sophisticated, smooth sound. Their 1980 album, The Whispers, went platinum. And their 1987 album, Just Gets Better with Time, became their biggest success, going double platinum. The title track, Rock Steady, became a massive crossover hit, dominating both R&B and pop charts. Suddenly, the Whispers were everywhere, from radio to MTV, from concert halls to award shows. What's remarkable is that this success came after nearly 25 years as a group, proving that sometimes the right combination of voices and timing can create magic even after decades of grinding. Number 10, The Drifters.
Down by the sea, yeah.
At number 10, we have The Drifters, and this story is absolutely wild because The Drifters essentially became a completely different group multiple times, and each iteration was successful. The original Drifters formed in 1953 with Clyde McPhatter as the lead singer.
Your tired feet were fireproof.
They had hits like Money Honey, but when McPhatter left for solo success in 1954, most people thought that was it for the Drifters.
Where I'll be.
But manager George Treadwell owned the name, and he did something crazy.
And almost taste the hot dog's French fry.
When the group was struggling in 1958, he fired the entire lineup and brought in a completely different group, the Five Crowns, led by Ben E. King. This new formation of the Drifters became even more successful than the original.
Out of the sun.
With Ben E. King, they released classics like There Goes My Baby and Save the Last Dance for Me.
Where we will be.
The Dringers, including Rudy Lewis and Johnny Moore, and continued churning out hits like over 60 different members. Number 9, New Edition. Number 9 is New Edition, and this one gets complicated because New Edition exploded onto the scene in 1983 with their debut album Candy Girl. Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe, and Ralph Tresvant. They were young, talented, and had massive teen appeal. They were successful, but they were still finding their identity. In 1985, Bobby Brown was voted out of the group due to behavior issues and a desire to go solo.
And there's no doubt in my mind that this girl is.
Most people thought this would destroy New Edition. Bobby was charismatic, energetic, and seemed like the star of the group. How could they possibly recover?
In my arms.
Enter Johnny Gill in 1987. Johnny brought a mature, sophisticated vocal style that transformed New Edition's sound completely.
Be the same until you are mine. Oh.
The group went from teen pop sensations to serious R&B artists.
Help me out, trying to show me what life is really about, but this time I'm gonna make it.
Their 1988 album Heartbreak was a massive critical and commercial success, going double platinum.
I know that I can count on you.
Songs like If It Isn't Love, You're Not My Kind of Girl, and Can You Stand the Rain showcased a more grown-up, polished sound. This album is considered one of the greatest R&B albums of the late 80s. Meanwhile, Bobby Brown was having massive solo success with Don't Be Cruel, so it seemed like a win-win. But the fact remains that New Edition reached their artistic peak with Johnny Gill, creating music that has stood the test of time.
But I need somebody.
The group eventually reunited with Bobby in the 90s for various projects,
Be right there for me.
showing that sometimes change isn't about replacing someone bad with someone good. It's about evolution and growth.
I'm not asking just of you.
Number 8. Earth, Wind and Fire.
As we dance in the night, remember.
At number 8, we have Earth, Wind and Fire, and this transformation story involves one of the most visionary moves in R&B history.
How the stars go the night away.
Earth, Wind and Fire was founded by Maurice White in 1969, and the original lineup went through several changes. The early recordings were jazz fusion influenced and featured different vocalists, but the group hadn't found their signature sound yet. They were talented but directionless, searching for their identity. The transformation began when Maurice White restructured the entire group in 1972. He brought in Philip Bailey as a lead vocalist alongside himself, and this decision changed everything. Philip Bailey's distinctive falsetto, combined with Maurice White's smooth tenor, created one of the most recognizable vocal sounds in music history. But more than just adding Bailey, Maurice completely reimagined the group's concept. He brought in a horn section, incorporated elaborate stage shows, and blended R&B, funk, jazz, soul, disco, pop, rock, Latin, and African music into something completely unique. The results? Absolutely staggering. From 1975 to 1981, Earth, Wind and Fire became one of the biggest bands in the world. Albums like That's the Way of the World, Gratitude, Spirit, and All in All went multi-platinum. Hits like September, Shining Star, Boogie Wonderland, Let's Groove, and After the Love Has Gone became timeless classics. Earth, Wind and Fire won 6 Grammy Awards, sold over 90 million records worldwide, and influenced countless artists across multiple genres. They went from a struggling jazz fusion group to one of the most successful and influential bands in music history. All because Maurice White had the vision to completely reimagine what the group could be. Number 7, The Spinners. Number 7 brings us to The Spinners, and this is a masterclass in how the right producer and the right lead singer can unlock a group's potential. The Spinners formed in 1954 and spent years grinding on the Detroit music scene. They signed with Motown in 1964, but spent years in the shadows of the Temptations and the Four Tops. They had some minor hits, but nothing major. By 1972, they were dropped by Motown, and most people thought their career was basically over. But Aretha Franklin believed in them and recommended them to Atlantic Records. Atlantic paired them with producer Tom Bell, and this is where everything changed. Bell recognized that Philippe Wynne, who had joined as lead singer in 1971, had something special. The combination of Wynne's raw, emotional vocals, Tom Bell's sophisticated Philly soul production, and the group's tight harmonies created pure magic. From 1972 to 1977, the Spinners became one of the biggest groups in the world. Hit after hit, I'll Be Around. Could It Be I'm Falling in Love? One of a Kind, Love Affair, Ghetto Child, Mighty Love. Then Came You with Dionne Warwick, Games People Play, The Rubber Band Man, all massive hits. They were everywhere, dominating both R&B and pop charts. When Philippe Wynne left in 1977, John Edwards took over as lead singer, and the group continued their success, proving they had found a formula that worked. But it was that initial transformation with Wynne and Tom Bell that took the Spinners from Motown cast-offs to soul music royalty. They went from a struggling group that Motown didn't want to one of the most successful R&B groups of the 1970s. That's a complete 180-degree transformation. Number 6, Heatwave. At number 6, we have Heatwave, and this story shows how tragedy can lead to unexpected triumph. Heatwave formed in 1975 and found immediate success with their lead singer Johnny Wilder Jr. They had massive hits like Boogie Nights and Always and Forever in the late 1970s. Johnny's distinctive voice was central to their sound, and the future looked incredibly bright. Then tragedy struck. In 1979, Johnny Wilder suffered a near-fatal brain injury in a car accident that left him partially paralyzed and unable to perform. For most groups, this would have been the end. How do you replace a voice that defined your sound? Heatwave brought in J.D. Nickelfia in the early 1970s, led by Frankie Beverly. They were talented and had a local following, but they couldn't break through nationally. They were stuck in Philadelphia, grinding, getting better, but not getting bigger. Everything changed when Marvin Gaye discovered them and became their mentor. Marvin suggested they change their name to Maze, featuring Frankie Beverly, and brought them on tour as his opening act. This exposure was game-changing. Maze released their self-titled debut album in 1977. and it became a massive success in the R&B community. Songs like Lady of Magic and Workin' Together became instant classics. But it was their live performances that truly set them apart. Maze became one of the most beloved live acts in R&B history. Their concerts became celebrations, with fans wearing all white and knowing every word to every song. Albums like Golden Time of Day and Joy and Pain solidified their status as R&B royalty. What's remarkable is that Maze never had massive pop crossover success, yet they became one of the most successful and influential R&B groups of all time. Their transformation from raw soul to Maze, facilitated by Marvin Gaye's mentorship, allowed Frankie Beverly to reach his full potential and create a legacy that spans generations. Number 4. Change. At number 4, we have Change, an Italian-American disco and post-disco group that proved that sometimes bringing in new vocalists can keep a group relevant across different eras. Change was founded by businessman and executive producer Jacques Fred Petrus and Mauro Malavasi in 1979. The concept was revolutionary. They would use different vocalists for different albums, treating the group name as a brand rather than a fixed lineup. Their first major success came with their 1980 debut album, The Glow of Love, which featured Luther Vandross on lead vocals. The title track became a massive hit, and Luther's performance was stunning. But then Luther left for his legendary solo career. Most groups would have collapsed. Instead, Change brought in James Robinson for their second album, Miracles, in 1981. And it became even more successful than the first. The song Paradise became a huge hit, and A Lover's Holiday became a classic. They continued this pattern, bringing in different vocalists and maintaining success throughout the early 1980s. Their ability to adapt and evolve while maintaining their sophisticated post-disco sound. Number 3, The Temptations. At number 3, we have The Temptations, and this story involves multiple transformations, each bringing new levels of success. Many thought The Temptations would never recover. How do you replace one of the greatest voices in soul music? They brought in Dennis Edwards, and what happened next was extraordinary. The Temptations completely transformed their sound. Embracing psychedelic soul and Norman Whitfield's revolutionary production. Songs like Cloud 9, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, Ball of Confusion, and Just My Imagination became massive hits and pushed the boundaries of what R&B could be. This era of The Temptations was actually more artistically adventurous and commercially successful than the David Ruffin era. Number 1, The O'Jays. And at number 1, we have The O'Jays, and this transformation story is the ultimate example of how finding the right combination can unlock legendary status. The O'Jays formed in 1958 in Canton, Ohio, originally as a 5-member group called The Triumphs. They renamed themselves The Mascots. Then finally the OJs, after Cleveland DJ Eddie OJ.
One of a kind.
Throughout the 1960s, they ground away with moderate success,
If you're strong, make it good right down to
releasing singles on various labels, but they never broke through to major success.
give you all the love you need.
The original 5 members included Eddie Levitt, Walter Williams, William Powell, Bobby Massey, and Bill Iles.
Forever mine.
They had some minor hits like Lonely Drifter and Lipstick Traces,
For each other.
but they were struggling, unable to pay bills, living hand to mouth, and seriously considering giving up music altogether.
I wanna love you.
Bobby Massey and Bill Iles left the group, reducing the OJs to a trio of Eddie Levitt, Walter Williams, and William Powell.
It's you I'm thinking about pleasing.
Gamble and Huff, the legendary producers behind Philadelphia International Records,